Welcome to another GSC DigiNet update. I'm your host, Jim Cavall, Broadcasting Director here at the beautiful Gulf South Conference headquarters. We're just across the road this past weekend at the Spain Park Cross Country Complex. Some awesome action took place in the 2011 GSC Cross Country Championships. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. Let's start things off with GSC Football, as we have 4 teams now representing the GSC in the national rankings. All 4 teams, of course, vying for the NCAA Division II playoffs as the new regional rankings have come out, and all 4 have a decent shot. Let's get into the action right now and check out what happened this past week in GSC Football. Once again, when it comes to national rankings, Delta State leads the way at 7-0, with North Alabama at 3-1, and Valdosta State at 6-2. Those, of course, all records within the region. And then West Alabama vying for that playoff spot at 4-1, as they are 7th in the region. So 1, 2, 3, and 7 right now for the GSC. Top 6 make the Division II playoffs. So it should be very interesting to see what happens down the stretch as we get closer to playoff time for all of our sports, including, of course, GSC Football. This past week in the GSC TV Live Game of the Week, some awesome action took place with UWA opening the week with travels to West Georgia in that game. And the Tigers were featured, seeing 28 second half points come in a 35-23 triumph. The win was enough to propel them, like I said, back into the AFCA top 25 at number 23. They return to the airwaves this Thursday night when they host a GSC TV Live game at their field. That's right, number 5, North Alabama will visit Livingston for the Game of the Week on GSC TV Live. The game will be shown live on CSS, Mediacom, TV24, WHCQ TV in Cleveland, and ESPN3 will be showcasing it as well. So definitely check that game out this week. Number 1, Delta State battle a top 10 GSC rival in front of a television audience for the 2nd week in a row, scoring the go-ahead touchdown with 40 seconds left in a 36-33 win over number 10 at the time, Valdosta State. The Statesmen put together an 18-play, 92-yard scoring drive, capped by running back Brant Botil's 3-yard TD run to win the game, as they take this week off before homecoming versus West Alabama on November 15th. In men's soccer, 2 teams now nationally ranked, with Christian Brothers at number 21 with a 3-0 record in conference play, a 7-game winning streak overall, 13-3 record overall. They are having a heck of a season so far, and West Florida is behind them because they lost to Christian Brothers recently, as they're now 3-1-0 in conference play, number 25 in the nation. Alabama-Huntsville and Harding and Ouachita Baptist follow. So very interesting stuff as we get closer to playoff time in GSC men's soccer. And of course, the men's and women's soccer championships will take place in Florida at the University of West Florida's complex. And North Alabama and Valdosta State are going for it all this year, trying to take down West Florida's streak of regular season titles. At 6-1 for North Alabama, they've clinched. Valdosta State and West Florida knotted up at 5-1 in conference play. North Alabama showcasing a 4-game winning streak as well, as we get closer to the GSC men's and women's soccer championships later this fall. And then GSC volleyball is getting closer to their championship event, as right now West Florida is dominating 10-0 for Melissa Walter's squad. They have a 3-game winning streak as they continue to play some non-conference opponents to test themselves and get ready for postseason play. North Alabama at 8-3, Christian Brothers at 7-3, and West Alabama at 7-4. All those teams vying for postseason berths in GSC women's volleyball. We talked about the cross country championships taking place at the Spain Park complex across the road from the GSC headquarters this past weekend. And on the men's side, Alabama-Huntsville came to run and run hard. They took the top 4 places and had 7 runners place in the top 12 to earn its 2nd Gulf South Conference men's cross country championship on Saturday at Veterans Park.
So well, just as a team, 1 through 4 in 6th place, or 7th place, whatever it was. That's impressive considering where we were last year.
On the women's side, West Florida did not have a runner finish higher than 7th place, but still was able to place its top 5 runners within the top 16 of the event. to win the Gulf South Conference Women's Cross Country title Saturday at Veterans Park. It was the second championship for UWF and its first since 1996. So great stuff there from throughout all the fall sports here in the Gulf South Conference as we get closer to championships in men's and women's soccer, volleyball, and of course the NCAA Division II football playoffs. And right now you can follow all that's going on with those sports and the NCAA postseason cross-country action right on the GSC website. Go to gscsports.org, check it out with updates from A.A. Moore, Mike Anderson, and the entire media relations staff at the Gulf South Conference. Of course, GSC TV Live returns Thursday night as West Alabama hosts number 5 North Alabama. We'll be back with another GSC DigiNet update very soon. Until then, I'm Jim Cavell, and this is GSC DigiNet.